Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll cover the topic classification of cost. In previous video, we have already studied the cost classification element wise. According to elements, the costs are classified into three parts. That is material cost, labor cost and expenses. And these three costs are again classified into two parts. That is direct material and indirect material, direct expenses and indirect expenses, direct wages and indirect wages. So all these things we have already studied in previous video. In today's video, we'll learn the cost classification according to their functions and their behavior. Let's start with the point number 2. According to functions or operation. Function-wise, costs are classified into four parts. Number one, production cost or work cost or factory cost. Okay, this production cost is also called as works cost or factory cost. Second one, administrative overhead. Administrative overhead is also called as office overhead or office cost. Third one, selling cost. And fourth one is distribution cost. Got all of you? Function wise, costs are classified into four parts: production cost, office cost or administrative cost, selling cost, and distribution cost. Number one, production cost or manufacturing cost. So, by this word, production and manufacturing, you will get that here, in which process will undertake? That is conversion of raw material into finished product. That is the production of or manufacturing of goods or the final product. So whatever the cost incurred for production of goods, that is conversion of raw material into finished product, that is called production cost. So this cost begins with the supplying of material, labor and services and ends with the completion of the production. So this cost starts with the supplying of material. So to produce the product, final product, the first thing required is raw material, then labor, then other services. So here are the examples of production cost. Indirect labor, factory rent and rates, insurance of factory, consumable stores, lighting and heating, drawing office expenses, etc. So all the expenses related to factory where raw materials are converted into finished product, that expenses or that cost is called production cost, manufacturing cost or factory cost. Second one is administrative cost. So this administrative cost consists of all the expenses incurred in direction, control and administration of the undertaking. Here are the examples of administrative cost. That is salary of office staff, director fees, office rent and rates, audit fees, etc. Third one is selling cost. So whatever the expenses or the cost incurred for creating the demand for the product or for selling the goods, that expenditure or that cost is called selling cost. For example, salaries and commission of the salesman, showroom expenses, samples, free gifts, advertising, etc. To sell the product, what we have to do? We have to appoint the salesmen to sell the product. For them, we have to give the salaries, commission, bonus, etc. Then showroom expenses, giving free samples, demonstration of the product, free gifts, vouchers, etc. and advertising of the product. Fourth one is distribution cost. So it is an expenditure incurred for distributing the goods, that is packaging cost, carriage outward, etc. So these four are the cost classification according to their functions or operation. Next we'll see the classification of cost according to their behavior or nature. According to their behavior, costs are classified into three parts, that is, variable cost, fixed cost, and semi-variable or semi-fixed cost. First, we'll see the variable cost. Variable costs are the cost which goes on changing in relationship with increase and decrease in output. Okay. For example, we have increased the production means the raw material, the requirement of raw material will increase. So the expenses or the cost of direct material will increase. And if the workers are working on hourly basis, production wise, piece wise, if they are working, if the production increases means labor hour also will increase. So then the direct wages or the direct labor cost will increase. And power supply. More production means you have to run machine for more hours. The power consumption will be more. So the cost which goes on changing or the cost which changes with the increase and decrease in output, such types of cost are called variable cost. Second one is fixed cost. They are fixed in nature. They will not increase or decrease in relationship with production. So fixed costs are the costs which are fixed in nature and will not be affected by the production. So production ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಲಿ, the fixed cost will be stable. It will not be affected by the increase or decrease in output. Example, rent and rates, depreciation, insurance, etc. So last one is semi-variable or semi-fixed cost. So these are the costs which are partly fixed and partly variable. So they are not completely variable and they are not completely fixed. They are semi-fixed and semi-variable. Partly they are fixed and partly they are variable. Such types of cost are called semi-variable or semi-fixed cost. Examples are maintenance and repairs, telephone expenses, etc. In my next video, we'll discuss the format of cost sheet. Thank you, friends.